Would you kill a man even though he isn't guilty? He himself told me. She is my sister. She herself also stated, he is my brother. I did it in good faith.
Yes, I know you did it in good faith. In fact, it was I who kept you from sinning against me, which is why I didn't let you touch her. Therefore, return her, and as a spokesman, he will intercede for you and he will save your life. If you don't give her back, then you will certainly die and everything you own will be gone.
How could you do this to us? What wrong did we do to you? You should have treated me in an intolerable way. What were you afraid of that you would do such a thing?
I was afraid because I thought there would be, without a doubt, no fear of God in this place, and so they would kill me on account with my wife. Besides, she is in truth my sister, but only my father's daughter, not my mother's, and so she became my wife. When God sent me wandering from my father's house, I asked her, would you do me a favor, and whatever place you come to, say that I am your brother?
Abimelech gives Abraham flocks, herds, and
I was afraid because I thought there would, without doubt, be no fear of God in this place, and so they would kill me on account with my wife. Besides, she is in truth my sister, but only my father's daughter, not my mother's, and so she became my wife. When God sent me wandering from my father's house, I asked her, would you do me a favor, and whatever place you come to, say that I am your brother?
Abimelech gives Abraham flocks, herds, and slaves.
Here, my land lies at your clearance. Settle wherever you satisfy, and also take back your wife.
Thank you, Abimelech.
See, I have given your brother 1,000 shekels of silver. Let me serve you as a vindication before all of who are with you.
God made Abimelech restore back to health, so now his wife and his maidservants can bear children, for God had closed every womb in Abimelech's household. God remembered when he told Sarah, and he did as he promised. Sarah conceived and bore a son to Abraham when he was in his old age. When the child was born, Abram named his son Isaac. When Isaac was 8 years old, Abraham circumcised him, like God had commanded him. Abram was 100 years old when Isaac was born. Sarah goes to Abraham when she sees Ishmael and her son Isaac playing.
Drive out my maid Hagar and her son, for the son of this maid shall not be an heir with my son Isaac.
I will think about this. You can do whatever you may wish to do.
Do not be distressed because of the lad of your maid. Whatever Sarah tells you, listen to her, for through Isaac your descendants shall be named. And of the son of the maid I will also make a nation, because he is your descendant. In the morning Abraham takes bread and water, and gives them to Hagar, and sent her and Ishmael away. Hagar went into the wilderness of Beersheba. When she ran out of water, she left Ishmael under some bushes.
Do not let me see the boy die.
What is the matter with you, Hagar? Do not fear, for God has heard your voice in the land where he is. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him by the hand, for I will make a great nation of him.
God opened Hagar's eyes, and she saw a well of water. God was with Ishmael when he grew up, and he lived in the wilderness. He became an expert bowman. His mother got him married to an Egyptian woman.
Now Abimelech and Phicol, the leader of his army, spoke to Abraham.
God is with you in all that you do. Now therefore promise to me by God that you will not deal dishonestly with me and with my children, or with my descendants, but accordingly to the compassion that I have shown to you, you shall show to me and to the land in which you have dwelt.
I swear that your servants have seized the well of water.
I do not know who has done this thing. You did not tell me, nor did I hear of it until today.
Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them to Abimelech, and the two of them made a covenant. Then Abraham set 7 lambs of the flock by themselves.
What do these 7 lambs mean? You should have set by themselves.
You shall take these 7 lambs from my hand, so that it may be a witness to me that I am the one who dug this well.
Abraham,
I'm here.
take now your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the land of Moriah to offer him there as a sacrifice on one of the mountains that I will tell you of. The next morning, Abraham saddled his donkey and took 2 servants and his son Isaac. Abraham split the wood for Isaac's sacrifice and went to the place God told him to go. On the 3rd day, Abraham saw the place from a far distance.
Stay here with the donkey, and my son and I will go over there, and we will worship the Almighty God and then return back to you.
Yes, master.
Abraham took the wood and gave it to Isaac. Abraham took the knife and fire in his hand.
My father,
Here I am, my son.
behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering?
God will provide for himself the lamb for the burnt offering, my son.
When they arrived at the place which God had told Abraham to go to, he built an altar and arranged the wood and tied up his son. He laid Isaac on top of the altar and grabbed the knife to kill his son.
Abraham, Abraham,
I am right here.
do not stretch out your hand against your son to do anything to him. For now I know that you fear God, since you have not withheld your son, your only son, for me.
Abraham raised his eyes up and saw a ram caught in the thick of his horns. Abraham took the ram and offered it as a sacrifice instead of his son. The angel came a second time to Abraham again.
By myself I have sworn, declares the Lord, because you have done this thing and have not withered your son, your only son. Indeed, I will greatly bless you, and I will greatly multiply your seed as the stars of the heavens and as the sand which is on the seashore. And you shall see possess and great of their enemies, and your seed, all the nations of the earth, shall be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice.
Abraham and his son Isaac returned to the servants, and all of them traveled back to Beersheba.
Sarah lived for 127 years. She died in Kiriath Arab in the land of Canaan. Abraham went to mourn for her. Abraham rose from before his dead and spoke to the sons of Heth.
I am a stranger and a sojourner among you. Give me a burial site among you, that I may bury my dead wife out of my sight.
Hear us, my lord. You are a mighty prince among us. Bury your dead in the choicest of our graves. None of us will refuse you, Abraham, and a grave for bruising of your dead.
If it is your wish for me to bury my dead out of my sight, hear me and approach Ephron the son of Zorah for me, that he may give me the cave of Machpelah, which he owns, which is at the end of the field. For the full price, let him give it to me in your presence for a burial site.
Ephron was among the sons of Heth, so he answered Abraham in front of everyone.
No, my lord, hear me. I will give you the field and I will give you the cave. In your presence of my sons, of my people, I give it to you. Bury your dead.
If you only will please listen to the... Okay, just remember. If you only please listen to me, I will give the price of the field, accepted from that I may bury my dead there.
My lord, listen to me. A piece of land worth 400 shekels of silver. What is that between me and you? So bury your dead.
Abraham weighed out the silver for Ephron. Then Abraham buried Sarah in the cave.